Welcome back to Crypto Pumps. There's a bit of news in the last few days, but I was away for work, so I'm only getting to cover it now. But in the last couple of hours, we can see everything had a bit of a dump. It wasn't just Caspa, it was Bitcoin, Caspa, and everything. I presume it's the whales trying to sell the crypto or then buy it at a cheaper price, getting us paper hands to sell it up, and they're going to buy our crypto, but it's not going to happen. But if we even look at Caspa, you can see the same thing happened on Caspa about a few hours ago. And then as soon as it dropped down, the volume went up. So as soon as the price dropped, a lot of people bought in the red like you're supposed to. So that was that. Other news here, Oisin Lee. His name is Oisin. I hear a lot of YouTubers butchering his name, but Oisin's an Irish name, so I'm presuming one of his parents is from Ireland. But Oisin is the CEO of CoinPal.io and he's the founder of Glowcash. And Oisin tweeted during the week KRC20 is coming. So KRC20 would be the equivalent to ERC20. ERC20 is the Ethereum ecosystem, and KRC20 will be the Caspa ecosystem. So when smart contracts comes out, other people will be able to build on top of it, and we'll have like different tokens on the Caspa network, and that's what that's going to be. And like you can guarantee like there's going to be a meme coin coming out, and the first meme coin that comes out will be Shoy's cat. I can't think of the name of his cat, but that will be on it, I guarantee. And but then the other things you can do as well when you transfer USDT. Right now we send it on Ethereum. Well, I don't because it's too expensive and the gas fees and all that. Or you can send it on Solana, but I did have problems with that when it got really busy when I was buying Miro. It froze. So now you'll be able to do that on Caspa. So it'll be quicker and the fees are hardly anything. So people are going to start using Caspa and the transactions are going to go up, the volume, all that kind of stuff. So and it will test the network as well because a lot of people saying that Caspa is only good at the moment because it's not really being tested. But they do stress test it on the test net as far as I know. So when all this happens, it'll really show how good Caspa is. But another thing about Oisin here is so Oisin is the CEO of CoinPal and they're one of the members of the Caspa Ecosystem Foundation. But if we go super stalker mode and go into Oisin's LinkedIn, we can see he is the founder of Glowcash, founder there he is, and then member of the board of directors on Ice River. So Ice River is, if we go into the Caspo Ecosystem Foundation page, you can see two of the members of the foundation are CoinPal, which is the CEO, and Ice River Venture. He is on the board of directors for them. So don't really know what this tells us. It just tells us that Oisin is really into Caspa and he's high up in two of the companies that are part of the ecosystem foundation. So um, hopefully we'll probably hear a lot more from Oisin in the future. On more about Caspa, the hash rate. The last time I covered the video, the hash rate was hovering around 200, going above and below it, but it constantly seems to be over 200 at the moment. So it's at 214 petahash, and all the new ASICs are getting delivered. I think it was the 13th to the 15th or something like that. So they'll be getting sent out. So by the end of the month or May, like the hash rate should rocket up. Like um, and then we can see here and the move over from Go to Rust is at 10%. So that's getting there eventually. Another thing about the Go and the Rust, if we go onto the cas.fyi website, you can see a map of the world here, and you can see all the green nodes are still on Go, and all the orange nodes have switched over to Rust. So if we go over to here, like here's one, Putin has a lot of ASICs running in the Kremlin, and you can see they're still on Go, and that hasn't changed over to Rust yet, probably because he's a bit of a bollocks. They're going to leave him till last. But another thing I learned about, I was looking up the difference between soft fork and hard fork. I didn't know this, and I was trying to find out the difference. So, on the soft fork is where we are changing from Go to Rust, and all the nodes or all the miners are up. They don't have to do anything. It just happens. It just gradually goes from Go to Rust without the miners having to do anything. The hard fork is where we go from 1 block per second to 10 blocks per second, and all the miners have to update their nodes or they have to whatever they have to do to comply with the rest of the network. They all move over to 10 blocks per second. But if somebody doesn't do the upgrade, they get stuck on the old network 1 block per second, which is what Da Vinci Jeremy I think was going on about. But why would you want to stay on the old network when all the money is going to be made on the new 10 blocks per second? Where you're going to have more transaction fees, there's more activity, so why would you want to stay on the old one? So I think it's a no-brainer. I don't see a problem with that. That's my understanding of it. Correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. I'm not a programmer. That's what I've just kind of studied up on. If we go to this, I just found this on X. It's a visualizer, a block visualizer. It shows you the block confirmation time for there's Bitcoin 1 block every 10 minutes. Cardano 1 block per 20 seconds, Sol 2.5 blocks per second, Cas 10 blocks per second, which is what we're going to be coming out with soon. You have 32 blocks per second, and then finally, Jonathan Sampolinski said himself he'd like to hit 100 blocks per second. So I thought that was really kind of a 3D effect. That's a good one. Um, that was that. Shoy also tweeted or X, whatever you call it. Casplex is a project funded by Casp ecosystem to implement Casp KRC20. I have met the team for a pleasant session where they presented their work and we engaged in some brainstorming. However, I or any of the core Rust devs and researchers are not involved in the development, so it is not my place to divulge any details. The one thing I do feel comfortable to say is that you will not be disappointed. So that's very positive there. By Shoy, he's one of the founders. He's usually the spokesperson for Caspa, and he's saying it's a positive thing, so he knows what he's talking about. On another one that's a bit strange, but and it's not negative. Jonathan Sampolinski, he doesn't say much, so he tweeted here. I chatted with the KEF folks twice. They are very keen to support Caspa research and development, particularly smart contracts. I'd be happy to work with them and similar organizations in the future, though I am not affiliated with them and I don't keep close track of their organization. So that's grand, like But then it says here on smart contracts planning that the KEF is accelerating Caspa smart contracts development by funding initiatives for recruitment, research, and more to be overseen by Jonathan Sampolinski. So it's a bit of a contradiction to what he said, but I presume whatever changes they make, maybe they'll run it by him, but I don't know. Um, and that was all the news. The other one I said about Caspa, I follow a YouTuber called Siam Kid. He's an English guy, and he's usually spot on with the predictions for Cass. So he reckons that next month Cass is due to double in May. So that's where I got that prediction from. So have a look at his videos there and see what you think. But I mean, we're due a pump now. It has to start going up like with all the things in the pipeline for Caspa. But that is all the news. If you found it helpful, please leave me leave a comment if you have any questions or any suggestions, and I will talk to you again.